Santoshji, I have one more critical question. You wrote this book, 101 Reasons to Vote for Modi ji. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic book. I actually read it. Um, but critics actually point out, and this is coming from people who may not consider Modi ji to be the best candidate.
Mhm.
They point out three very strong reasons as to why we should not vote for Modi ji.
Mhm.
Okay, and I want to understand what is your perspective on this.
If I can check you there,
Mm,
I have written 101 reasons to vote for Modi, and you're only countering with 3 reasons not to vote for Modi. So it's 3
okay.
versus 101 anyways.
Okay, these are three reasons that I found logically true. That is the reason why I think I should bring this up. Reason number one, Manipur was burning and multi-million dollar businesses have quit Manipur forever, including
Forever we don't know, but
the
right now,
business.
yes.
I'm saying forever because this office in which we are shooting, this is a very close friend of mine's office, and her father used to run a very big business in Manipur, and now they've quit. They've moved to Guwahati forever, and that's the case with multiple of his friends also. When Manipur was burning, do you believe our actions were enough to tackle the situation? Because during the same time, we were talking about stopping the war between Russia and Ukraine, and here we were not able to do enough to save our own people and our own state from burning.
So, will you tell me all the 3 questions, 3 reasons?
Let's go one by
Okay.
one.
See, so Manipur is a classic case which came in debates. We had multiple debates. Manipur now burning for a difficult reason and for a historical reasons. Those two communities which were fighting, contesting in Manipur, and the visuals came on TV, which were a very heartening visual. Unfortunately, that's a new phenomenon in Manipur. That's happening from quite some time in Manipur, and Manipur burnt multiple times. So I want to take your viewers back in the history. Since the time BJP kind of took control of Northeast, right? Whole of the Northeast is BJP government or NDA government, and thanks to Hemant Biswa, which is kind of controlling, if I'd use the word, for whole of politically controlling whole of Northeast for BJP or for NDA, right? So it's not that everything was hunky dory, nothing happened between those two communities ever. And today, all of a sudden, Narendra Modi rule, these two communities started fighting, right? So, first of all, it's like a clash of civilization from quite immemorial, right? Quite time immemorial in that time, right? The only blame was why Narendra Modi did not speak, but every minister of Narendra Modi was speaking. Every spokesman of Narendra Modi was speaking. The senior ministers were parked in Manipur to make sure what would have been a very long battle got shortened in 3 or 4 months, right? We don't know कि क्या हो जाता. जो हुआ, that is also quite grave. Like in the way those communities fought in past, such rights in Manipur ran for years together. Because those time they were not podcasts like yours, there was no 24/7 TV, they were not Spotify's, we don't know about it, right? So anyone who reads the history of Manipur, I think how it's curtailed, how the rights got shortened this time is marvelous when I talk to the people. But yeah, you're right. In modern times, I think also BJP and the government is also learning, and now they are making like long time pukta fundamental security walls between communities, and it was not a government failure. It was societies, two communities fighting, which has a age old clash of civilization. Now they have to work someone like a, and it is exactly not a government work, it's almost like a community work. How I should make sure that these communities get more friendly, right? And I keep hearing that now RSS and Sangh Parivar and a lot of these kind of NGOs and social groups started working between these two communities so that there'll be more sohard, more goodwill among these communities, right? So let's not take this a binary 0-1. These solutions are not 0-1. And think is this way that how these battles in two communities in Manipur happened in past and how they got shortened this time. Yeah.
But why didn't we simply send the army and shut the entire chaos down? Because we have the capacity to do that, right? Why didn't we do that?
See, I'm saying sending army in any conflict is the last resort, right? Because
But here the houses were burning.
yeah, I'm coming to that. So when army is sent as a last resort, army is normally used for your country's opponent, not for your local people, right? But again, during riots, armies was sent, and it's always a tough call that shall I use my police to do it or shall I use my army to do it? Because army is like an antibiotic, right? If you get a bad throat, will you keep doing gargling and do a long term solution, or take a quick antibiotic, which is not good for your system, right? So it's that kind of that tricky what do you say, trade off, right? I'm saying on hindsight, one can say, oh, army would have been better, or police action would have been better, or making sure that communities coming together would have been better. I'm saying, yeah, it's a tough call. In hindsight, it is easy to say. But again, yeah, in that situation, they say that local police can manage it and will make sure that local communities can come together. That's a long time solution versus sending an army.
Because when I spoke to my friend, she told me that local police had clearly failed.
Right.
There was no way in which things would have gotten better because her father is so attached to their house that he was not willing to move out at all. And him moving out was the last resort. She said, what is now left? Our factory burned, people were unemployed,
Yeah.
businesses were quitting, houses were burning, people were dying, women were being raped.
Yeah.
If this is not the last resort, then what is the last resort?
I'm saying that can be error of judgment, of delay of judgment. That's totally, and people of BJP agree to that. That might be error of judgment, or might be you don't know this solution worked better. That's something hindsight is very easy to comment anything, and also I'm sure people will reflect back. The similar thing happened 10 years back, 20 years back. Every 10 years, this kind of writing happened, and now I think this conflict in Manipur is in public eye. And what I'm keep hearing from the government sources and the Sangh sources, now they're trying to find a fundamental solution, and those rights have reduced drastically. Though the incidents are happening, the smaller incidents are happening in Manipur still, and they're trying to find a fundamental solution, a long-term solution, so that army or the police should not get into action anytime in near future.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for watching the Indian Business Podcast. If you find value in our work, please hit that subscribe button because for you, it might be a zero effort task. But for us, that subscriber count is an important instrument to get great guests to our podcast and to make this podcast better for you. So if you find value, please subscribe.